Hey guys, Harry here and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be giving you a rundown of the anime shows that I'm watching this season, because you may or may not know we've just started the summer season. I believe we've literally just started the second week. I think Glass Lip episode 2 come out yesterday if I remember correct. Basically in this I'm just going to run down the shows I'm most excited for and the ones that I've basically watched so far. The first show that I'm really looking forward to and I really love the first episode of is Akame ga Kill, which is by White Fox, which is the same studio, if I remember correct, that did Steins Gate. I personally wasn't a big fan of Steins Gate, but the production on that show was absolutely gorgeous, and from watching this first episode, the visual side of it is absolutely perfect. It's a really great story. To give you a bit of a background on what this show's about, it's following Tatsumi, who's basically a fighter, and he gets robbed on his first day going to this big city because he wants to make a name for himself. But then later on things conspire, and then we find out that the world he's in is not what he thought it was. There's a lot of like dark secrets and the government isn't as clean cut as it's presented itself. This story got really dark really fast and it was absolutely amazing. The first episode blew my expectations out the water. It just started off all lovely and like, oh, this is just gonna be another action show, and it's like, nope. Hello, high fantasy and like gore, and oh, such a good episode. Next up is Aoharu Ride, or Blue Spring Ride. This is a very gorgeous show. I didn't expect it to be so gorgeous. Like, I liked the premise from the get-go and I was like on board straight away because it's basically a romance slice of life, and it was just like, yep, sign me up, shoujo, gimme gimme gimme. The way the first episode come off was proper mature, and I love the way the stories progressed because it's just a very interesting concept. I cannot wait to see how it goes. But to give you a little bit of a backstory about what the actual story is about, this story follows Fusuba, who's our main female character. Basically, in middle school, she was like ostracized for being like feminine and cute and however, so she had no friends, and because of that, when she went to high school, she wanted to reset her entire image. So when she comes into high school, she basically acted less femininely so that the boys wouldn't find her cute and such, and then she wouldn't lose her female friends. But in middle school, as well as that, she also did fancy another boy called Tanaka, but because of some like misunderstanding, I'm not going to go too in detail so you can watch the episode yourself, they couldn't get their feelings across to each other and Tanaka ends up moving away. The story starts off with her going into high school and she's basically changed her entire personality and the way she acts, and this series is a must watch. From the shoujos and the like slice of life romance things I've watched so far this season, it's definitely number one. Now the next thing that I'll be watching this season is Free Eternal Summer, which is the second season of Free, which is about a swimming club in the high school. If you haven't seen Free, I definitely say go and watch the first season. It was absolutely amazing, and this season I just cannot wait to see what ensues because it's a really fun show, and I'm just excited to watch even more Free because I can't get enough of my Haru fix. The next thing I'm really looking forward to is Glass Slip. I went into this with like having no conception whatsoever. This is another slice of life. The description that we got on AniChart was very simple. It didn't go into too much detail, and it basically says that we follow the main protagonist, Fukumi, who's a 17-year-old who wants to become a glass artisan. So basically she wants to make glass things, and that's as much as we get. The story basically follows 6 high schoolers who meet up in the summer. I think it's the summer of their last year. So that's as much information we got off AniChart after watching the first episode. Then I've seen the second episode now. This show is going in a really interesting direction. I didn't see it going in this direction whatsoever, and I cannot wait to see episode 3. I can say that it's absolutely gorgeous. I definitely recommend this season so far. Next up is possibly the show that I'm most excited for, because I am a bit of a fanboy of this season, this series even, and that is Sword Art Online 2, which I'm not sure if it's got the tagline Gun Gal Online, but basically this is Sword Art Online 2, and this is set in the Gun Gal universe. So the stories progress from Sword Art Online 1, Anchored and Fairy Dance, and now we're carrying on. To give you a little bit of a backstory, in Sword Art Online Season 2, Kirito is approached by a government officer because in this online universe, Gun Gal Online, someone's going around with a gun and it's actually killing people in the real world. So he's obviously spiked by that, and that's as much information I'm gonna go, because I'm pretty sure if you like Sword Art Online, you've already seen the first episode and you already know what it's about. But this season, absolutely loving it so far, pretty as always, and I cannot wait to see what actually happens in it. And last but not least, the last thing that I'm highly anticipating, which I will be watching, is Terra Terra, which is basically set in, I think, a alternate universe of modern day Tokyo. From what I understand, because I haven't seen the first episode, it come out yesterday, well, by the time I upload this video, it's probably been up like 2 or 3 days. There's a mass terrorist bombing in Tokyo, and it's apparently set up by these 2 young boys, and that's as much as I know. I didn't want to research it too much because I don't want to be spoiled by absolutely anything, because the show looks absolutely gorgeous. The PV for it was amazing, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. The genres for it is psychological and thriller, so I'm automatically very, very excited to see what actually is going to happen in this series. So other than that, guys, that's just the shows that I'm most excited for watching out of the new summer season. There will be other things that I'll be keeping my eye on, so I'll probably be checking out like Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo ESP. And what was the other one? There was another one. I'm sure there's other things, but as well as that, I'm still going to be watching the leftovers from last season as well. In the description below, I will be leaving my top 10 from last season. I was going to do a video on it, but I'm not entirely sure if I can get the rights for the clips and such, so we'll see what happens about that. But basically, I'm still going to be watching Irregular, Magic High, Haikyuu, BabySteps, stuff like that. If you want to check out my anime list link below, you'll be able to see everything that I'm watching. So anyway, guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that glorious stuff, and at the end, you'll see a nice little end slate. Why don't you check out some of my old videos, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.